We knew each other through the comedy scene, but at this point we were becoming new roommates. And I'll tell you, I was taking a lot of liberties with being the elder in the apartment. I was smoking when I pooped. I was smoking when I was drunk watching The Wire. I'm sorry for that. This is me apologizing. But anyways, back to your response.
That's all right. But maybe a normal person that would have bothered, but you have to understand where I came from. I came from 7 months, and I'm legitimately saying this, of pulling my hair out from bed bugs attacking me. Bed bugs were attacking me.
Let's take it all the way back. Let's take it all the way back, because I want to ask you questions. You bring up the BBs and you start getting a little jumpy. That's you have PTSD from bed bugs. Dude, one of the funniest things Nate Bargatze ever said was Nate was staying on our couch, and this is like fucking 7 years ago, and you went to bed, and then Nate was like, what if we like knocked on Vecchione's door and you just like heard a bunch of locks, and then he opened the door and a shotgun came through, and he went, oh, sorry, I thought you were bed bugs. it's like, it really is. That is the feeling in the apartment. I remember one time finding you taught me what a carpet beetle was. I didn't know a carpet beetle was a thing, because I thought it was a bed bug.
Right.
And I came and told you that I had a carpet beetle the same way I went to Arizona's student health center thinking I had herpes when I had an ingrown hair. It was the same. It was the same downtrodden.
Everybody texts me, are these bed bug bites? Is this a bed bug? Like, I get texts, like, that's most of my day, actually.
I'm going to commission a painting of, the dogs playing poker. It's just going to be you playing poker with all the bed bug smelling dogs. That's the painting that I want. It's just you guys all talking about the ups and downs of the bed bug business. But I'll tell you what happened before I moved in was, first of all, I got all my stuff. I had to pay to get which I was glad to pay at that point, get all my stuff fumigated, so I didn't bring the bed bugs over. But you guys, you didn't seem that concerned about it. You were just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I'm like, yeah, I want to get it all steamed and get rid of stuff and get everything I do have steamed and high heated so that I could bring it over. But we're gonna be 100% honest on this, and there might be some people that if they find their way to this podcast are going to be a little upset at the next thing I'm going to say. Vecchione, you were such a trade up. I didn't worry about off the field personality problems. It was such a trade up from the previous roommate that I was like, you got a DUI? Hey, who hasn't had a couple pops and taken a little spin? It was like, I was just so excited you were moving in. You're like, I might have bed bugs. I was like, well, you're going to like try not to, right? And you're like, yeah, I'm going to. And also hearing the seriousness in your voice when talking about it, you were like, you read your plan of fumigating your furniture to me before you moved in like it was a bank heist. Like you're like, here's how it's going to go down. Viewers are going to come in. All the furniture is going to be in the center of the room. The bed bugs are going to be distracted by little flakes of skin that I've put everywhere around the apartment. What my question to you is, that's actually a two-part question. When you were getting bit that much and you would just wake up with bites, at what point did it become defeating? That's my first question. And then my second question is, did you have any sort of, when I quit drinking, I would wait for hangovers to come in the morning. When you woke up in our apartment, were you like checking yourself a lot?
That was for a while, checking myself a lot. Like, did these things follow me? Did they follow me to another borough?
Dude, you got mobster paranoia.
I would wake up and I would immediately look in the mirror and check, because you would have the 3 bites, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 bites in a row. That's how bed bugs operate. But I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, do I have some kind of a weird variant of AIDS? Like, did I get like it's STD that's affecting my immune system? And then
how bad was it the first time? Was it just a couple 3 bites, or was it all over?
No, it was 3 bites at a time. And I was like, but they would start small, but then they were real itchy. They start small, real itchy, and then grow into big welts throughout the day. Cool. So I knew what they were. And I was like, I don't know it took me a while to figure out what it was. And then I talked to Warren Holstein at the comic strip, and he's like, yeah, it's bed bugs. And he was talking to me. He's like, just move. I had just moved into this new place, same building, but I moved into a new apartment, me and James Mattern.
Yeah.
And another guy. So we moved into another apartment, and I had just moved. He goes, move out. I go, yeah, I just moved in. He goes, Move out.
Dude, you realize that is the haunted house situation. That there was like the day where you were like moving in wearing your fun move-in clothes, and then you got in there and you got bit, and then Warren's the old man in the neighborhood where he's like, get out. You're not, people aren't supposed to live there. And you're like, no, it's cool, man. It's just these 3 bites that itch until they're welts.
But let me let you know how, so that I'm not crazy. It's PTSD is an actual real thing from this. Warren had them and he went through it. That's why he was saying, just get out. Don't waste your time. Just move. And I was like, dude, you're crazy. He's like, you're going to say that, but you're going to realize that I'm correct in a year or however long it takes you.
That is the spookiest shit.
During the conversation, Dan, during the conversation, twice, he thought I had a bed bug on me and moved away. What? While we were talking, while he was telling me to leave, he was like, he's like, is that a bed? Like, it's a mole that's on my face.
That is full on horror movie freak out where they're like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. And you're like, what's going on? Like, don't touch me. You have them. But it's scarier than a horror movie. A ghost just breaks your furniture and like, maybe tosses you on the wall, possibly possesses you for a little bit. Bed bugs, you have to wash everything. It's like, I don't think I would almost rather take a haunting than bed bugs.
It's like Groundhog's Day, except you're being bit. You wake up in the morning with bite. You're like, what's going on? It's like bites. It's like, fuck. So man, then what you have to do is you have to lobby the landlord. The landlord he got an exterminator. But what happens is the landlord, and you know this, landlords, when they're looking for a contractor, they go to the lowest bidder.
Yes.
Like whoever bids the lowest, that's who they use. You can't do that in this case. You have to go with the most effective.
Yeah, you can't just get it. Yeah, those landlords don't want to do shit most of the time, but also that is such a major overhaul and such a fucking problem. I didn't realize. So when I was a little kid, and I grew up in Colorado, and when I was a little kid, my mom would always be like, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. And I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, bed bugs. And then I moved as an adult to New York, and people are like, I remember hearing bed bugs in Rolling Stone song, and I was like, I thought they were referencing like a cute child's tale. And then somebody was like, yeah, bed bugs. They're like bugs that live in your bed and they bite you at night. I'm like, that's fucking hellacious. And then the restaurant I worked at had a locker room, like in the movie Punchline. There was like a locker room for waiters, and you'd be changing into your like waiter gear. And this girl, Julia, was working there, and she took off her like button down shirt and she had a bra on. And this other girl fucking freaked out. And she was like, Julia. And she's like, what? She's like, you have C's all over you. You have all the C bites. You have the 3 bites. And she's like, what is that? She's like, that's bed bugs. And it was like a submarine alarm went off, like, woo, woo. Like everyone bailed from the locker room, and they were like, get your shit out, make sure because bed bugs can jump in clothing and stuff. And so they were like, she might have brought them into the locker room. So they had to like fumigate the locker room. We had to change, like at home, we couldn't change the locker room for like a week or something, but 3 other people got bed bugs that we worked with. And it was like, that was my first experience. So when you said you had them, I was like, damn. But then I remember talking to you at Stand Up New York. That was when that's when we found out you were going to move in, and you were just going through it. And I was like, oh, that's awful. Yeah, dude, just move to Queens.
Yeah. You really didn't have much of a problem with it. You're like, yeah, no worries, whatever.
I was also drinking.
Like, I couldn't believe how cool you were about it.
Vecchione, I'm gonna come clean with you. I was half in the bag when I promised. I was feeling no pain when you were like, hey, I got bed bugs. I'm like, hey man, we all got bugs.
That's how some people were in the 20s. It's like bed bugs would attack you, and they'd be like, don't let the bed bugs bite. That was their whole thing. It's
hey, give them a sassy saying, and those bugs will leave you alone. Flip over. If you're getting bed on your back, sleep on your stomach.
But the reason I was so frustrated was because I would get bit. I'd contact the landlord. He would call the exterminator. And what I would have to do is take all my belongings, anything that was I could wash, I would have to take to the laundromat because we didn't have one in the building, wash it on high heat, and then bring it back, wrap everything in plastic, and push it to the center of the room. Everything that you own, you have to clean, wrap in plastic, push to the center of the room. The exterminator comes in and does it. And then as soon as they're done, you could put everything back. And so I would do that. I would put everything back up. I would go to sleep, and then I would wake up and get bit again and have to do the whole thing again. And I did that for 7 months. And, to Jen, who I was dating at the time, her credit, she helped me do it 7 months. I did that.
How many times do you think total you did that? Like put everything in the center? Like
8 to 10.
Oh my God.
8 to 10 times.
That people don't realize you moved yourself 10 times to live in the same place and get bit. Oh, fuck that, dude. So when you moved to Astoria, when you were waking up at our place, were you like looking constantly?
Yeah, I was looking constantly because I got rid of everything, but I had my bed in a bed bug bag. My mattress was in one of those bed bug bags. Like I did everything that I could possibly do, but I was like, if these motherfuckers followed me here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like,
and people don't realize, which I can attest to, you came in hot about bed bugs to the point where I think even once after I got the Guinness gig, I think I got you a Christmas present that was a heating suitcase that would kill.
That's right. Yes, you did.
I bought you like a fucking.
You got me a heating suitcase. I remember that.
I was like, dude, this thing will kill bed bugs. I was like, fucking, because I remember you telling me when you were on the road that you would put your bag up you wouldn't even put it on the counter. You would put it on like in the bathtub.
In the bathtub.
Yeah.
Here's my hotel regimen, Dan. I would get my bag. I would go to the hotel. I'd get in the room, I'd put my bag in the bathtub, I'd take off all my clothes except for my underwear, put everything in the bathtub. And then I would get online. Tammy Pescatelli actually taught me this. You take the iron and you plug it in and put it on the bed because they respond to heat. So that'll bring them to the surface. While that's happening, I'm online checking the bed bug registry to see if the hotel has had any previous complaints.
Damn, do you still do that?
No, I don't do that anymore. But
dude, the iron thing is very clever. I didn't know. Yeah,
the iron thing, it brings them to the surface.
And then what do you do? Like, do you pull the sheet back and go, aha? And they're like, no. Oh, you tricked us. We thought you were a juicy lady taking a nap.
Yeah, you gotta wait and you do the bedbug registry. And then if you see any complaints, you got to go and have like a weird conversation with the desk person. You say, look, I know you've had bed bugs in the past. Just don't put me in one of those rooms. Here's $20.
Really?
Yeah.
But how often did it come up?
And then they always go, no, we don't have. It's like, dude, Warren Holstein was like that. He went to a hotel. He was in Vegas. He was like, look, I know you've had, and he's like, and the guy goes immediately like, no, we don't have anybody. It's like, here's $20. You don't have to tell me. I'm not looking for a confession. Just put me in one of the rooms that doesn't put me away from it. Here's money. Put me away from it.
Yeah. And it worked? How many times did that happen to you? That you had to do that?
I did it for a long time in hotels. Jesus. Every hotel I would go to. And I went to one in LA. I was staying in one in LA and I think there was bed bugs, but because I did that, I didn't get any of it because I had some bites, but all of my stuff I had all my stuff in the tub.
Dude, they came for the wrong man.
They came for the wrong guy on that one.
Yeah, you John Wicked him. You're like, you come and bite me. You better fucking finish it. I'm going to kill all you sons of bitches.